What is going on? It is 5 o'clock Eastern time. Eastern time, Dave. It's
4 o'clock real time.
4 o'clock and the apparently new real time for Dave. That means it is your brain break for, man, it is June 30th. 30th, like the end of June.
Like halfway done with 21 already. Wow.
Yeah, like, that's crazy. Anyway, I'm Jeff Gargas. That's Dave Schmidt over there down in Florida now. Is it sunny there still?
Always.
Don't lie to me. I was just down there for a week. It wasn't sunny over there.
For a little bit, yeah.
So anyway, if you're with us, hope you're with us. Hope you got a drink, snack, something. You're chilling out, taking a break for something. Drop in the comments. Let us know where you're at, where you're listening from, watching from, and what you're taking a break from. We're going to get into, I have no idea what we're doing today. So, which is pretty typical for brain break. So we're going to do that. We're going to do the I don't know what we're doing today thing. That's the agenda. So stick around for that awesomeness, apparently. We'll be back in about a minute. All right, I'm going to have a moment for a second. Feels like the coolest thing.
You were like getting ready. I was like, what happened?
So the coolest thing just happened. So I think I usually have another screen going with the group so we can see the names because sometimes StreamYard's weird. So I have that up on my other screen here. So it's being run by my MacBook still. So like what I do is like when we go live and then when I hit the intro videos, when I refresh that page, so then I have the video. So it's a little bit behind what you and I are experiencing because there's a delay. So what typically happens is when I hit that, for a second, I hear both the intro music that you and I are hearing, but then also the live one, right? And so then I turn that one down because otherwise I could hear us both. They were in different parts, but they were perfectly on sync. I couldn't hear it, but I turned this one down, and like they were literally perfectly in sync. It was just crazy. I was like, wow. Anyway, that was a moment.
So, were they so perfectly in sync? They were like Justin Timberlake. Is that how good they were? Because that is perfectly in sync.
Yeah, like
wow.
I don't even know what I call that. Of the intro music combination things in my ears, they were definitely the Justin Timberlake of that.
Okay,
we'll call it that.
So typically you've got like the Lance Bass going, but this week it's Timberlake.
Well, I guess it depends on the ad. Some people might be like, no, actually Lance is the perfect. I don't know. Great conversation starter in the comments. Let us know of all the NSYNC boys, who would be the perfect NSYNC? Is it Justin?
No, let's up the ante. Let's throw Backstreet Boys, 98 Degrees, New Kids on the Block in there. Who's the boy band boy?
Oh, I mean, are you really gonna like try and put all the rest of these people up against Nick Lachey? I mean,
Drew Lachey. I was more of a Drew Lachey fan than I was a Nick Lachey fan until he married Jessica Simpson. Then it was like whatever. But
Nick Lachey went up or down at that point?
He went up when he married Jessica
Simpson.
Simpson.
Yeah, he went up. Yeah. Aaron Carter, right? He's Backstreet Boy, right? And then he developed the little Carter that did a bunch of stuff
Nick
too.
Carter, yeah.
So I actually saw. I think we talked about this on before. I saw Backstreet Boys live once, and they had like. I wasn't a fan, but I was like impressed by like how well because they all played all different kinds of instruments and stuff. So of course my dog literally this is the first time he's come like said hi to me all day long, and here he is. I got a new dog, Dave. By the way,
that's so cool. It's so cool. I might have seen a few pictures. Yeah.
I was putting out a few. Yes. All right. So we got some coming in here. So we've got first off, I think I already popped this up, but I'm putting this back up again. Just saying. Like,
it's been a while.
For Get 98 Degrees, we've got whatever our boy band name would be. Ooh, another fun conversation starter. If Dave and I were either to start, or maybe we'd be a duo, maybe we would be like the start and the stars, of course, of a boy band. What would that boy band name be?
But see, here's the thing. Anytime there's a duo, there's one person that does all the singing and somebody else that just holds a mic or plays the guitar. Like, I don't know if you've noticed that. And anytime there's like a duo.
Can you play guitar?
No.
Can you sing?
No.
All right, so I'll do that, and you can like just be the hype man, and we'll just
done. Okay.
So Brianna is a Nick Lachey all the way. Danielle is Justin all the way. Carrie is Justin Timberlake Stan. And Danielle says Boys to Men is the runner. Oh, Boys to Men, in my opinion, like it's not even the same.
They're not a boy band.
Those are two
music makers.
Yeah, that's I don't know why, like, but that's separate. That's two different things. So,
thank you, Nikki.
Nick Carter was Aaron is little brother. I was at a theme park and I rode bumper cars with Aaron Carter. Interesting.
Wow.
Right? They've been doing so.
You know that for sure, or was it just some guy that tried to say, "Hey, I'm Aaron Carter"?
That's a good point. I don't know if anybody's in TikTok, but if you're in TikTok, NSYNC and Backstreet Boys have been doing a lot of TikToks together recently, which is getting like our generation of women like all kinds of crazy excited for like tours because they've done those tours before, but they did more. So, hey, who let Dave back in? I thought it was. Josh, I know, Josh was keeping him distracted.
Can we talk about that a little bit?
Let's talk about that a little bit. How was your time?
Josh Stamper. I know Josh Stamper's not going to hear this because he's probably still hanging out on the beach with his amazing family.
I hope so.
Having the time of his life.
Hopefully.
Not hanging out with us.
Yes.
That guy, I am part of the Joshua Stamper fan club. If it doesn't already exist, I am starting it.
I'm pretty sure. I will send you your card. I started it about a year ago.
He is just so real, so humble, so stinking smart. Got ideas for everything. Just so good. So good.
You know what I love about Josh? Josh is like always like cool, calm, quiet, collected. I'm very loud and I speak loudly and I speak fast and I'm all over the place. Josh is always just kind of like, even when he's mad.
So
there was something that happened a while ago and I don't know if you want to include this, but I told Chad and Ray about it and I said, and yes, Josh is like ticked off, and I said, and yes, Josh Stamper ticked off is exactly what you think it is. Super quiet, calm, and collected. Like that's just Josh. Like I really love that. I'm being dead serious. I really like. Yeah. I respect that so much about him.
He is cool, calm, and collected until he sees bad art. If he sees bad art, he goes a whole nother level. So yeah, I think that's the one thing that can get him fired up.
Okay, good to know.
So
how long did you guys hang out last night?
Just maybe an hour or two.
Because he's on vacation with his family, not far. How far, he's really close to, isn't he?
Half hour, 40 minutes away. Yeah, so literally just down the beach drive. So I got to just drive down the beach and people watch as I was going. Got to his the condo that he's staying at, picked him up, met his amazing wife. His kids had just gone down to bed because they were at the beach all day and they were all passed out. And then he and I went to this. It was supposed to be like a gathering place, but it felt like spring break circa 1995. Literally they were spraying bubble foam everywhere and people were dancing on tables and he and I were just like sitting in the corner like,
so 98 degrees was there?
It was insane. I was ready for MTV to pull out like the
MTV spring break.
Yeah, but he and I just sat in the background and talked all the things and just good guy, good people, good people.
I want to make a note really quick, just an observation that I asked our audience if you and I were to form a boy band, what would it be named? And there's been no responses. And I think that's a clear indication that that's not even, they don't even want us to joke about that. They're like, yeah, we're not even going to buy in. We're not even playing into this. Like, that's not, was Downtown Julie Brown there?
No, not.
She still has a
maybe. I don't know. I have no idea what it would even look like nowadays. But
Downtown Julie Brown still rocks. She still has a Sirius, like a show on Sirius
like
that she does.
80s.
It's on
8 on Saturday morning.
No, 90s on 9.
Whatever,
Yeah,
one of them. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, good stuff. This was good. I think we can end it here.
No.
Yeah.
So yeah, Joshua Stamper he's in town. He's actually leaving though tomorrow. So
okay,
I think my time of hanging out with him this trip is coming to a close, but I get to hang out with a couple more Teach Better friends very, very soon, which leads me into a little game to play with you, Jeffrey Gargas. Would you like to play? Jeff and the Itty Bitty Schmitties. That's a good one. Although Jeff is kind of like an Itty Bitty Schmitty. So
yes.
Maybe it would just be the Itty Bitty Schmitties. Dave and the
That's actually my tribute band to Dave Schmitto. It's me and like I call it Jeff and Itty Bitty Schmitties, where we sing all the classic Dave Schmitto hits.
So which is nothing. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Carrie meets both of us in July.
I think she's double dipping. Aren't there two different? I don't know. There's like people are in town all over the place here.
I don't know when we're meeting, Carrie. Are you coming to Chicago? And I don't know about it because I'm not going to be there for the first one that you're thinking about. Unfortunately,
the first one, yes, but probably not the second one. Yes.
No, the one that you. Oh no, yeah, no, you're right. Mine's first. You're right. Yeah. I don't know. No one else knows what we're talking about. This is horrible television.
So let's jump into.
Yeah, let's get something different. What do you got? What are you going? You've got something planned here.
I've got a little game called "Do You Know the Ambassadors?" So the ambassador community here in the Teach Better team is growing by leaps and bounds. I mean, it's truly international. There are ambassadors in Poland, there are ambassadors in Canada, ambassadors in the US, like ambassadors everywhere. And they're all so amazing, so unique, so different, yet so incredible in their own right. So I figured I'd play a game with you. I get to meet a couple of the ambassadors here coming up soon. You apparently get to meet a couple of.
I got to hang out with the ambassadors last night, by the way.
Yeah. So let's play a game to see if you know who some of the ambassadors are. Now, if the website were working, I would say go to the website, pull up the page, and
look. The website is working.
It is okay.
We're having issues with the homepage. All the other pages are fine.
So you can go
to homepage is ruining my life.
Ambassador. So teachbetter.com/ambassador if you want to play along. And I'm just going to give you some big, broad clues to people, and we'll have to guess who. Did you ever play Guess Who when you were a kid? Like
I have, yeah.
So it's sort of like Guess Who. I get to see a bunch of pictures here, and then you get to try to narrow it down. Do
you have pictures for me? Where do I put down the faces, or do I have to have them in my head?
Yeah, you can grab a Sharpie and write it on your monitor if you want to. I'm not going to do that for you, but if you would like to, feel free.
Okay? I'm good.
And if people want to play along, feel free. If it's you that I'm describing, though, don't say it's me. That kind of ruins it. But feel free to guess everybody else.
What's going to be fun is when they don't know that it's them. Yeah. That's going to be the fun part.
Yeah. So are we ready?
Yeah, let's do this.
Yes, Alex, ambassadors are allowed to submit guesses as long as it's not themselves. So if I said, for example, who rocks the coolest bow ties of the ambassadors? Alex, you would not be able to say, it's me.
But, Alex, you are more than welcome to guess someone else to try and throw me off. I mean, that's okay. That's welcome. Perfectly permitted.
For sure. Yeah. All right. Are we ready? It does sound
Neil's scary. I don't know.
I agree. All right. Ready?
Can I publicly give, just because Neil's here, Neil wouldn't be as scary if you would bother to show up last night. Okay. Can we go on?
Ouch! I was waiting.
Okay, that was just me picking on Neil because Neil had something that came up and he couldn't hang out with me last night. But I'm still gonna give him.
I feel like that happens to you a lot.
I'm starting to wonder if it's a thing with me. Like
Neil, did you have to wash your hair last night? Is that what happened? I bet. Yeah.
I got to see Bree last night. That's Bree. Look at Bree's pretty picture. That's a great profile picture there. I got to see Bree.
She's pretty transparent, so. Okay, are we ready?
I love Alex's. Alex's gift game is so strong he doesn't even need them anymore. All right, go ahead. I'm ready.
Okay, so I got to hang out with Joshua Stamper.
All right, so I was thinking. I interrupted you like 6 times. I wanted to do that again. Sorry. Go ahead. I'm done.
I'm about to go all Joshua Stamper on you and just go off.
He's super calm and cool about it.
So, like I was saying, I got to hang out with Joshua Stamper last night. Hung out on the beach and just relaxed a little bit. I get to do a repeat performance of that on Saturday, this coming Saturday, with one of our ambassadors. And that is no BS. I get to hang out with one of our ambassadors on Saturday.
Can you give me, am I allowed to ask questions now?
There were some clues already given in that statement.
Say the statement again?
No, now I don't want to. Now I want to see if anybody else was picking up on what I was just describing. Yeah.
So you get to repeat that.
I get to repeat it. Not with Joshua Stamper, but I get to hang out with somebody else. And seriously, I am not giving you a line of BS. Like, she is amazing.
Well, that doesn't narrow it down. So now is it like am I able to ask questions like and guess who so then I can put down faces?
Sure.
Okay, is
anybody else picked up on any of the clues I just gave too? So if
is the ambassador that you are going to hang out with a resident of your state?
No.
Okay.
Nope. Coming on vacation. Coming on vacation with a group and willing to leave the group behind for a little while.
Wow.
Right? Uh-huh.
I have no idea.
But she is a real leader, so I mean I wouldn't expect anything less.
So I'm trying to. I'm like, I don't know that this means that I know this person because it's like just because it's like I know them doesn't mean I know their schedule.
Well, see if you can read between the lines here. I said no BS. I said she.
That's true. You
did. A real leader.
Let me think here.
Maybe we'll spend our time just planning some PD or something.
Is it Brianna Shaner?
It is Brianna Shaner.
So the BS and then the leader, you were laying the fact that Brianna is one of our lead ambassadors and actually one of the lead ambassadors that does the oh, look at that. Carries all over it.
There you go.
Yeah, okay. All right, all right, I'm picking up on how you're doing this now. I got to listen more intently. I got to listen a little more. Although I'm probably still going to need you to break it down like that.
So are you super jealous of that, by the way? Like, I get to go hang out with Brianna Shaner on Saturday?
Yes, I am. Now, I do want to note that I've been
there, done that. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, not on a beach, but,
Just saying. Okay, fair enough. Are we ready?
Yeah. So wait a minute, Brianna, are you? She coming down? Like you're going down on vacation close to Dave, or was it like me? I'm like, hey, I'm in Florida. We should meet up, and we were actually like 8 hours away from each other.
I think her whole crew's like heading to California, and she's like, no, I'm gonna go see Dave first. I'll meet you there. No, they're all coming down to Florida. They're coming to this neck of the woods, Orange Beach Golf Shores.
Okay.
Yeah. So
all right, who's next?
Okay, so the next one. This one has some loyalties to you. I know that we play up the whole Buckeye thing. You're not really a huge Buckeye guy, but you are when we're talking. So she's got some loyalties to you in that regard. However, she is...
It's Michelle or Megan?
She is no longer a Buckeye. Ooh. She is no longer a Duck. Instead... She is now living in Big Sky territory, Big Sky country.
Is it Michelle?
Michelle? What makes you think it's Michelle?
Well, because she's Buckeye girl. I know she was a Buckeye. I'm trying to think of whether she was a Duck or not. Sorry, my wife's standing there with a big package.
Oh, is it the clue I mailed? Is it the clue I mailed?
No, let's see if that's a clue that you mailed or not. More. I need more. You need to give me some more. I'm not sure.
Okay. So
okay, here we go. We got it. That's who I was guessing was Michelle, but
it is Michelle. So just
okay. So why do you not answer when I gave you the right answer?
Because you're like, jumping to it, not letting anybody else play the game, Jeff.
Oh well, I thought I was the game.
The game too. No, you're the sidekick. The game. The game are the.
I'm literally doing an unboxing like right here as we're talking. So just you just keep doing your thing. Go ahead and talk about Michelle for a minute.
I'm so curious to see what you ordered off Amazon that you don't know you ordered. But anyway, yeah, Michelle, she's incredible. She's gone from Ohio to Oregon.
Okay, she was in Oregon. Okay,
and which was the Ducks, and now she's heading to Montana to.
She's going to Montana now.
Montana, yeah.
What's the? Is Michelle watching right now? What's the reason for Montana now?
Well, it's gorgeous. I mean, if you've seen any of the pictures that she's posted of it,
well, yeah,
it's one of those. It's kind of like a fresh start. Just go and live life.
I would assume really fresh because the air is probably fresher up there.
Yeah. So yeah. So I'm super excited for. Super excited for.
I don't even know what this is.
Oh, that is awesome! Is that like a Teach Better Fathead?
Yeah, it's a big old sticker.
That is epic.
I don't know where it came from. I mean, it came from Sticker Mule. I think they might have just shipped us a big old sticker. That's awesome.
That is sweet.
Anyway, so that's a thing.
So can that go on your car?
I don't know. It's a big. It's like it feels like a vinyl sticker. Like it might be. Yeah, it feels like a vinyl sticker. Like it could possibly go on car. Like that's a big sticker.
You could be like it'd be like the new Mary Kay girl. You could be the Teach Better guy.
I could be the new Mary. I need the magnets and stuff on there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Carly, it's okay. It's not a party till you get here. So you weren't late. You're right on time.
It was just a bunch of people standing around.
I'm telling you right now. I'm pretty sure I'm reading between the lines here. The name of our group is the Dynamic Duo. We might have some mini schmitties behind, but like that's what it's going to be.
Fair enough. So does this mean that you and I had to argue over who's Batman and who's Robin then for the Dynamic Duo? Is
it really an argument? I think it's pretty clear that I'm Robin.
I kind of want to be Robin. To be
I was thinking, I'm like, well, I was going to do like the typical what everyone expected, which is me saying I'm Batman. I'm like, Dave probably wants to be Robin. I'm going to go with Robin real quick.
Yeah,
Why Robin?
Well, he's kind of like the unsung hero and everything. You know, it's like Shaggy and Scooby. It's there's always the one that does the work behind the scenes, but the other one gets all the tools and all the praise. And I kind of want to be Robin. I want to just go do the things.
I'm pretty sure. So wait a minute. So Robin's the one who's like behind the scene doing all the things.
Robin's the one that's saving the day, and Batman's getting all the credit. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure that I'm Robin then.
But I want to be Robin. That's what I said. I want to be Robin.
Wait, everyone here knows that. Like,
okay.
No, interesting. Okay.
So Brianna's saying that stick would be perfect for the Teach Better van tour.
Yeah, we need to get the van. We're working on that. Someone tell me
like a big white van. Is that what we're talking about?
I think at this point we're gonna have to get like a legit like tour bus. And you know what would be awesome? If we bought like the most recently used Tim McGraw tour bus and use that as the van. It won't be a van. It's gonna have to be a tour bus, guys. I'm sorry.
Oh, I would move in. That's all there would be. Bye Florida. I'm living in a van down by the river.
Brienne says that Ray is Robin. Maybe. No, we won't. I love you, Joe. But no, Joe's probably not.
Joe's trying.
I love it, man. Advocate.
Shoot me a sticker. I'll put it on my house if we're playing that game, right? To pay my mortgage. I'll be the Teach Better house. Which, by the way, I'm still waiting for the check for this room I'm sitting in.
It's in the mail. They got held up at the border.
Oh, you probably sent it to my old address, and it's like, yeah, I got you.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. So, I'm gonna send you. It's gonna be like a big check, like this, like.
They still cash because all I got to do is take a picture nowadays. I'll just stand really far back.
That's good. Okay, let's go. Who's next? Let's go.
Okay. This one is kind of fun. This one, I think, geographically, I mapped it out on Google Maps. This person lives further away from you than any other ambassador. I mapped it out. I went into Google Map, literally plugged in the address of every single ambassador. No, I didn't. That's creepy. But I'm pretty confident this one lives farther away from you than anybody else. As a matter of fact, they're probably listening to you right now, like it's probably Thursday morning, wherever they are.
So it's either Barbara or Bushra. I don't know which one's further away. Poland or Abu Dhabi? I don't know the world well enough. Either one of them is a long ways away. Like a pretty good.
Think about just how cool that is, real quick. That there are two ambassadors on the other side of the world.
Other side of the world.
Like the fact that you couldn't be just like, oh, I know this one. That is
because they're in California or something, right? Like that's no.
They're up in Akron. No. That's it's pretty sweet.
Joe, is that the furthest from me? So I'm in Northeast Ohio. Like you look at like Cleveland or Akron, where I am.
I'll pull up a Google map and see if it helps.
So look at the flights, like from we'll fly out of Cleveland, CLE, or Akron, CAK, and then which one takes the longest to get to wherever the heck you'd fly in for either one of them. I don't know the cities. Interesting. Either one of them, it's a different day over there right now.
It is a different day. Yep. So right now your question is Abu Dhabi versus Poland.
I'm trying to picture where they're at in my head, but like from the. I'm not allowed to pull up a Google map, am I?
Sure.
I think Abu Dhabi is further away.
Yes.
It is, right? How much further though?
About 1,500 miles further.
Okay.
Yeah. And so when I say I Google mapped them, I actually did. I just Google mapped those two to see about how
Because you knew it was one of those two, right?
I did, yeah.
So, I should have waited. There you go. So
just waited for Alex.
I should have just waited for Alex.
If I ever get on like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, Alex, right now I'm just putting out there, you are my phone a friend. You are my phone a friend. Yeah. Because holy cow. But Alex, if you ever get on, I am not your phone a friend. I want you to win money. I will cheer you on.
You kidding me? If Alex gets on there, he's going to call himself. They're going to be like, he's like, yeah, like the phone a friend, and like his phone start ringing. And they're like, are you calling yourself? He's like, well, yeah, like just.
Oh, that's fun.
Be a viral moment right there. Just think about that. All right, what do we got? So awesome.
Yeah.
So okay. So Bushra, if you're watching, hi. That's awesome.
And
well, Barbara too.
Thursday. Happy Thursday morning to
both of you. Happy Thursday. Yeah. Let us know what it's like in the future.
Okay. Are we ready for the next one?
We haven't been ready for any of this, but yeah, sure.
Well,
let's do it.
I'm ready. I came prepared.
So we got another ambassador. Okay.
So this is a softball one for you. That's not a clue. That's not a clue. If it was a clue, it wouldn't be a softball. It would be a hard ball that you roll down an alley.
That's easy.
Yeah, she
it's already done.
She lives in the Appalachians. She joins us in between bowling leagues every single week.
Yep.
And 95% of the time, she's the first comment, the last comment, the 15th comment, and the 20th comment. I live to see her on Brain Break.
And last night, I called her by her first name, and no, it just didn't feel right to anyone because it came up in her Zoom name, and I said it, and like literally, I was like, I said it, and I'm like, oh, I'm not doing that again. I'm gonna let everyone else comment, see if they know who that is. So,
and Alex. I appreciate you, my friend. I appreciate you.
What do you got there? What do you got?
Actually, today, this is when in Florida, do as they do in Florida. So it's a little coconut rum and just a little bit of Diet Coke. Yeah.
Okay. We got a guess for Carly. It's not Carly. Does Carly bowl?
I don't know. And Carly, do you have a different first name than Carly? Is it like Carlissa and Carly is the nickname? That might blow my mind if it's true. So I'm just curious.
Carly disagrees. Carly thinks it's
Carly
Nikki.
Says no, it's Nikki.
His full name would be Nicole. We saw the baby. By the way, we saw the baby last night.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, you might have got Josh Stamper.
And you're playing.
We got the baby. So Joe's going with Natalie. Megan's coming in with Nikki. Oh, okay. No, so Bree was using an example. She was focused on the name because we always call her by her last name, Spina. Well, at least Dave does. I usually call her Carly.
I always call her Spina. Yeah, okay.
It's just
nope, just Carly. But I bowled as a kid.
But I bowled as a kid. Okay, so she did bowl. So it's definitely Nikki.
It is Nikki. Yes.
Which last night I called her Nicole, and it was really weird. And she's like, "Yeah, that's kind of weird. Don't do that." And like everybody else in the call is like, "Yeah, don't ever do that again, Jeff. Like that's how you get banned from Ambassador Hangouts." So sorry, you're drinking coconut rum and something else?
And Diet Coke, yeah.
I got Gatorade.
Okay,
Gatorade Zero to be exact. I gotta go to the gym after this. Every time I see Dave on camera, I'm like, "Well, I gotta go work out. Like I gotta get."
That's how I feel when I see you in person. Speaking of, I'm going to go back to Joshua Stamper. So Joshua Stamper in person is like Lance Armstrong from 20 years ago. The dude looks like he could hop on a bike and just ride for 150 miles. Like he is trim and fit. And like, I was like, Stamper, well played, sir. Well played. I was impressed. I don't know. I'll leave that for your interpretation. Okay, back to the ambassadors.
That's
so. Too much info, yeah.
No, I'm laughing because I 1,000% agree. That's why it's funny.
Okay.
Yeah. So that was definitely Nikki, right? It was Nikki.
It was Nikki.
Yeah. Yes.
Do you have the ambassador page up?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. So those are people that are watching. If you can get the ambassador page up without Xing out of this, so if you can pull up another tab and look at the pictures of all of the ambassadors again, teachbetter.com/ambassador. This is going to be an interesting question for you.
Okay.
So I'm a huge believer, and you'll appreciate this from How I Met Your Mother, but I'm a huge believer that there are doppelgangers for everybody. Everybody has a doppelganger in the world. So everybody has somebody that they look like or they resemble. I play this game every time I'm at an airport. It was super difficult when people were wearing masks. But if you can go to public places and see people, I play the game. Who do they look like all the time?
Okay.
So I want to know, out of all the ambassadors, which ambassador is the best Jeff Gargas doppelganger, and which ambassador is the best Dave Schmittou doppelganger?
Oh, wow.
I apologize to anybody that falls in the Schmittou camp. If you hear your name here, I apologize.
Yes, Jeff Gargas. I feel like I'm going to insult anybody who I pick.
I know, but it's going to be fun, right?
Do you have this picked, like who you think falls in this?
I have my own guesses. Yeah, I have my own thoughts.
I think I'm trying to think like who all wears glasses and who, like, because I don't do the facial hair. We have a lot of ambassador men that have facial hair, so I'm trying to like think through that.
How about if I throw out who I picked for you, and people can convince me that I'm wrong? So again, teachbetter.com/ambassador. If you don't know what
did you pick? Yeah, go ahead. I'm curious. I'm really curious now.
For you, this was an interesting because you say the glasses piece, but I was going no glasses for you.
Okay.
Alex Oris. If you look at the picture of Alex on the ambassador page, that's who I went with for you.
You think I look like Alex? Well, so a lot of people don't know that I went to high school with Alex.
Really? I didn't know.
He was a year above me. We played soccer together. Yeah, so, and Alex got connected to us because, we knew each other, but then like after high school, we were just different, whatever, and we hadn't seen each other for a while. And then he was a teacher, and then eventually he was teacher back like home where we were, and then ended up moving up here and working for the school district right next to us as the tech director and tech coordinator. And I'm at like 3-4 years ago now, I was presenting at a conference in Akron, and he's in my session, and we're like, whoa, wait, what? Like, because
were people going up to him afterwards asking if he just spoke? Because that would clinch this for me.
No, not at all. So then we started. There's a group of guys that I knew from years past that we used to do like a breakfast on Friday. So he started coming there, and so we kind of reconnected. And then he ended up. Alex was like a crucial piece of the 2019 conference. But yeah, Alex and I've known him since we were like 6 or 7 years old or something. I've never thought that I looked like him. My mind was going more of like a Brandon Oates, or even like and I don't know what picture of his in there. And it's sad that I can picture like 3 different pictures of Rob Breyer's, but like Rob Breyer because he has the black glasses a lot of times. So
see, I don't know. Mark Horner could be another doppelganger for you with no glasses.
You think Mark Horner? Really?
I think Mark Horner could be one too. Yeah.
I think Mark's way too good looking.
Well, I do too, but I'm just saying it's all relative here, because like my other choices, I can't say Jackie, I can't say Carly. I guess I could, but I would never do that to them. So
who do you have for yourself? Because all I can think is Brad Hughes.
Really?
No, not really. No, Brad's way better looking. No, like for you, I'm trying to think like who's bald. So maybe Taylor, or Mark, or Mike, or Van.
Yeah. So there's a lot here, right?
What makes
you think I'm bald, Jeff Gargas? I just wear hats a lot.
Josh Stamper I've seen you without a hat. Like, Alex agrees. Alex says Joe. Joe says Mark for me. Interesting. Sorry, Mark. Didn't know, man. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So for me, I don't know. For me, maybe a cross between Mike and Taylor.
I'm gonna need them all to put on a hat backwards. I can't do this.
Okay. Well, think about that some other time. And
that's what we want. I don't know that I want to think about that anymore. But go on. Let's.
We're good.
All right. What else you got? Do you have any other? Like that was a tough one. That was a fun one, but it's tough. Yeah, it was interesting. Carly says this was a really hard task.
I'm sorry, Carly. What was hard? Like opening up another tab, or like trying to figure out the doppelgangers? Because it's a fun game to play. Honestly, it's It's fun. You're going to go through life now, and I just changed your world because you're going to go out and look for people that look just like everybody else. Go all Lincoln Hawk on them. Yes, sir, Joe. Yes, sir. Over the top, baby. If people, that's a reference we've made dozens of times on this now. And if people still have not looked up Over the Top and watched Over the Top recently, you are missing out. You're missing out. It's a great 90 minutes with you and your family that you could enjoy together. Just saying. I actually watched it with my son over spring break, and he tolerated it. It was good.
Good for him.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. So my last one is
last question. Okay,
my last one that I'm gonna force you to entertain. So we've done a lot of geography. Chugs motor oil.
I don't. Just to be very clear, Teach Better and Teach Better team in no way or shape condones chugging motor oil. It's not something we recommend. We actually prefer that you don't.
Okay. I'm not going to be able to stop laughing right now.
I'm not sure what's going on right now.
All right. So there are a couple of ambassadors that live in my new home state. There were 0 in my old home state, which is why I moved. I was so alone in Michigan. There were no ambassadors there. But now, got a couple of them that claim Florida as their home.
I know 2. Is there more than 2?
I believe there are 3 listed on the ambassador page.
I know 2. Who am I not thinking of?
Yeah.
Help me out in the comments here. I know 2. I'm going to wait to say them, but I don't know who a third one is.
I think the 2 that you know are... Okay. I think I know the 2 that... I think I know...
Who I would first think of?
Yep. Now, I'm second guessing myself on one of them, but I'm pretty sure.
So Jillian and Van were the ones that popped up in my head. Is Marta she in Florida? I don't know. I mean, I'm pretty confident in trusting Andrea. So I think
she could be having like baby brain right now.
No, contrary to what people claim to think, Andrea's brain actually gets even stronger when she has babies. Now Bobby's out. Bobby's up in Massachusetts. I'm leaving this up because this is my. I'm with Andrea. I'm trusting baby Luke.
There's one more, Megan says.
Yay, it's finally summer break. Yesterday was the last day.
I got to hang out with Nomini last weekend too. For
like in person?
Oh no, I wish.
I was like, how'd you get across the border? Did you sneak?
From Florida, it's a whole lot easier to dig the tunnel. They're not expecting it. In Michigan, there's guards everywhere, but from here,
they don't see it coming.
Yeah, she's pretty epic. All right, Megan, I'm curious who your one more is. Oh, no.
Nope, she changes. It's just 3. Okay. All right. Exactly. Yeah, I'm sticking with those 3. I think that's the way to go. Is that right?
So here's what's interesting. The 2 that you were 100% sure of, I was 100% sure of too. And the third that I was questioning and I wrote down, it's on my paper, mirror note with question marks. I was like, I think so, but I didn't have a way to confirm it. But I thought I remember a conversation somewhere. So I am 100% in agreement here with Andrea. I
mean, I think she's a reliable source.
We're about to find out. Either that or Andrea's about to get herself fired. So I just checked. Okay, good call.
Oh, that's funny.
You, so, Andrea, that's why you're amazing at what you do. Right there.
It was confirmed. We confirmed it. Yeah, she's in Tampa. Okay, awesome. There we go. That's awesome. Yeah, they have a map. Have you seen the map?
I remember when the map was being talked about and in development. Yeah.
Is that ambassadors? Is that something that can be shared? Is that something that can be shared publicly, or is it weird to be that way? Like that'd be really cool. We should put that on the website. That would have been
helpful for you when you were trying to figure out who the farthest one away was, too.
We should put that on the website too, because it's really cool to see, and because they each got to pick like their own like icon,
avatar,
marketing stuff. Yeah. So interesting. Okay, good questions, Dave. Thanks. What else want to talk about?
And that's what's weird. What's weird?
What's weird, Bree?
Maybe they just popped up and they just saw my face on the camera real quick for a second.
Bree, I think all of this has been weird. I think maybe she's thinking weird to like share that. I mean, if it had everyone's, I wonder. I don't know if it might have their addresses. That would be weird. We shouldn't do that.
That would be weird. Okay.
We need a version of that just like is a graphic that shows where everybody is. I think that would be cool.
Hey, Ray, we got a task for you. We need a graphic. That's how it works. Go down Brain Break, and Ray hears it and knocks it out.
Oh, look at this.
Ooh.
Alex is putting things in there. I'm going to open that up real quick. I want to make sure Alex doesn't have like individual. Oh, Bree was not agreeing with this. We need to possibly delete that. If that has individual addresses, it just has. It only has titles and no, Alex, we need to delete that real quick, please. Yeah, it's got an address. I'm not sure if it's her address. It might be the school address, but yeah, we should probably take that down. It's still pretty cool. Nobody stalk. Don't do that.
Pretty cool.
Don't stalk. I mean, Bree, just in case you're wondering, like, I'm pretty sure Dave and I approve that there's already at least 2 stalkers. Clearly, Dave was earlier.
Yeah, sorry.
He's like examining people's faces for doppelgangers. What else is going on, man? Like, what's
real questions? I know sometimes
you got real questions.
Yeah, so that was fun.
These appeared to be in the real world. They were fake.
Well, I got like a real question for you because you are Mr. Entrepreneur, and there is a new edupreneur group that's starting up. So maybe before I ask my question, can you give the 30,000-foot view on edupreneur mastermind?
Sure. Yeah. So this came out of a lot of conversations, meetings, Clubhouse hangouts, Voxer messages and stuff of a few different groups of educators who have some sort of something else going on, whether call it a side hustle, call it whatever you want. Whether that, and it's a variety, it can be just that they're creating something around a book that they've created or a course, or something they're passionate about. They're trying to start a movement of some sort, or they're trying to grow a side hustle like on TPT, selling stuff, or they're trying to get into consultant speaking. And so I love talking about that stuff. I love sharing that. I present at conferences about the power of increasing your impact through other realms of sharing what you do and things of that nature. So we decided to launch it because they were the conversations were asking for / requiring a little more committed time and focus. And so what we're launching is it starts on the 19th. And so what it is a weekly meeting, 60 minutes on Zoom. But it's a little bit different than like our administrator mastermind. The administrator mastermind is very casual, always an open door, pop in, pop out. This is more of a commitment. This is I'm here every week. Like this gets blocked off in your calendar. Like it happens. There's accountability pieces built into it, and it's personalized and focused. And so it includes, we're gonna have a Voxer group private just to that small group, and a Facebook group too, just for a continuing conversation throughout. We're limiting this to a very small group for that reason. So, and this is something that I'm in a mastermind that I run with Pat Flynn's community that I just get so much value out of. Talking with people who have similar but different goals and paths is really, really powerful. And so that's what we're hoping this edupreneur mastermind does, is allow us to bring a small group of very focused, very committed individuals together to help them grow whatever it is that they're trying to grow. So, I mentioned a few different scenarios. Like this isn't like some of the questions have been like, oh, well, this is like, I'm not making any money yet. That's okay. It doesn't even have to be about that at all. It doesn't have to be something you're trying to grow and make some massive thing. It can be a movement you're trying to get out. It be something that you're just trying to build around, something that has worked amazingly in your classroom. It can be something that you really like, this is what you want to do with your life differently, and that's fine too, right? So it's a good fit for a lot, and having a variety is really, really important to me, I think, and really effective. So it's a committed weekly meetup with a lot of support, a lot of personalized support, a lot more structure. The accountability is built in, the feedback. And so we put a really tiny, small price tag on it. I mean, $20 a month is pretty, like, I don't know. I'm going to say it's almost absurd for how cheap it is. But yeah, I'm excited about it. We've already filled up half the spots. So that's exciting. and really excited to see what else we get and the conversations. And I'm the fortunate, lucky one that gets to lead that. So I get to spend my part of my Monday evenings with some folks who have some audacious goals and some different passion stuff. So I'm super excited about it. So
sweet.
Yep.
That was a good summary. Well done.
Was that okay? Was that? I thought I was rambling.
Yeah.
So that's
that was perfect.
teachbetter.com/edupreneur is where that's at. So you can get signed up for that. And that is, we are capping that pretty small. So, and if we need to, we can create additional, but we want to keep it small so that it's that personalized experience for everyone involved. So.
And so I feel like today was the day that a lot of people were debating whether or not to hit the register button or not, because I don't know if you saw it on Twitter. One of our mutual friends, she's an ambassador as well, posted something on Twitter about how she was debating on registering, and she commented that the imposter syndrome was a real.
I didn't even see that. I haven't seen Twitter.
No worries. So I'll fill you in a little bit, but I'm going to personalize it. So it's not
do it.
This person out there.
Sure.
So I've told this story a few times before, but several years ago, I got to hang out with LaVonna Roth, the great LaVonna Roth, who I get to actually hang out with again on 12 Hour Live coming up here real soon. Get to facilitate that conversation. So yay.
Nice.
So LaVonna Roth helped me overcome imposter syndrome. I was at one of my first national conferences and was hanging out with a bunch of people that I admire and respect tremendously and just felt so out of place. And she just brought me back down to earth and made me realize that I did belong. And the fact that I was even there meant that I belonged amongst all these other people and so on and so forth. And she was just absolutely incredible. So this person today on Twitter referenced imposter syndrome, and they were worried about joining this edupreneur group because the imposter syndrome was hitting them really, really hard. And they weren't sure if this was a place where if they fit, if they had enough stuff yet, whatever that stuff might be.
Sure.
So I'm just wondering, Jeff Gargas, from your perspective, is imposter syndrome a real thing, or is it just humility?
Break that down for me more, what you're asking.
So I'm wondering if imposter syndrome, if every person who wants to inspire change should have a little bit of that imposter syndrome in them, where they feel like, who am I to be doing this? Who am I to be leading this? As opposed to, I have all the answers. I know everything. Come see me. I feel like there's this sense of you have to feel almost like you're not the expert of all things in order to actually be successful to help somebody. So there's a part of me that feels like having that imposter syndrome could actually be an asset to you if you embrace it and harness it.
So for me, I think those are two different things, because I think imposter syndrome is dangerous and typically driven by negativity that's coming from an outside source. And imposter syndrome can stop you and prevent you from potentially changing the world or somebody's world, more likely, right? Where the humility, I agree, because I think the humility comes in, you need to understand that regardless of how amazing you might be and how much knowledge you might have, you're just a speck of nothing in the world of all the world, right? And when you die, people are going to mourn you for a while, and then life's going to go on. That's just the reality of that we live in, right? And it's really unlikely that you're going to change the world. I think the key to that is, like, you don't need to. Like, you can change a lot of little pieces, and if a lot of people change a lot of little pieces of the world, that's how the world actually changes, right? And I think, so I think the humility absolutely needs to be there. You have to understand that, but I think the imposter syndrome is dangerous because that prevents potentially from sharing. So one of the things that I share, and I know I've shared this on this before, but I'm going to share it again because it fits into this. So I share a story a lot about when Chad and I went and visited Mr. Miller's classroom. And he was someone that kind of fought the grid method for a little bit, then implemented it. It was incredible. And I sat next to the kid, and I asked this kid that was super shy, like, if he liked the changes, and said yes. And I asked him why, and his response to me was, I like that I can move at my own pace because I'm not as smart as Tommy, or I can't remember the names. And he goes, and I don't know, I like that I can try again because I don't always get it like Sally does or whatever. And he said, and I don't feel dumb anymore. No one makes fun of me anymore. And for me, what I say when I share that at a conference session, which I just did last week too, I said, my biggest thing is, what if that little thing that you think is not worthy of anything in your classroom or your school district or whatever is the thing that changes Mr. Miller's classroom that does that for that kid. So for me, that's the process of understanding that you don't have to know everything. You don't have to be amazing. You don't have to have a life-changing, world-changing idea, thought, whatever, product, service, in order to still bring a lot of value and potentially world-changing value to somebody. So that's that fighting the imposter syndrome. The humility is understanding that the thing you do in your classroom that you might believe is world-changing might not actually be. Or might be, but only to this small of a percentage and not this big of a percentage, right? And just because it is, and just because you have a title or maybe whatever, like that doesn't mean that people have any expectation to listen to you or believe you or try it. I think that's what the humility is really important, because the market will tell you whether you're worth anything or whether your idea is worth something. But the imposter syndrome, I think, is a danger, because I think it so often stops people from even starting or continuing to share. Does that make sense?
Oh, it makes perfect
sense. I'm separating those? Okay.
Yeah. So as I'm thinking of this edupreneur group, it's interesting, because if you're somebody that has all of the answers and you already know all the things about how to do whatever the thing is you're doing, then you don't necessarily need this group. This is a group that's for people that want to break things down and wants to explore and wants to learn, wants to lean in, wants to problem solve, right? So
sure,
you have to be willing to say, I don't have it all, I don't know it all, then this is the spot for you.
So yeah, my spot would be, if you're the person that has it all figured out and does it, this isn't the right group for you, because you're delusional. And that's just the reality of it.
True
like
story. Yeah.
Here's my thing is, like, I was talking to someone yesterday about the group, and they were talking about how, like, you know, how it's cool that I'm leading it and I get to do it. I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm going to get a lot out of this. Yeah. Like, you know, I lead,
by the way, super jealous.
I quote unquote lead my group with SPI Pro. And there are times when, because in that group, there's 8 of us in there, and in that group, my business is probably further along than most, and a little bit. There's 2 that are bigger, but like I'm a little further along or whatever. So there's a lot of times when I'm doing coaching. But I'm telling you what, like, I get so much out of that interaction, and when I just shut up and listen because I have no idea what I'm talking about. So, yeah, I think even if you've got something that's thriving, that's doing really well, there's still potentially a lot of value here. However, if you're just starting, you have no idea, and you're like, I think I want to, I got an idea, this might be a great way, because if those 2 people were in a room, it's 2 very different viewpoints and perspectives of always similar problems. And they're able to help, because the one that is earlier on in the journey can learn things from the one that's further on, but the one that's further on can learn a lot by reflecting to help the other one. Yep. And so I think but my first statement is, like, if you're that person, like, no, if you're not feeling any pain, you feel like you're doing great and you're good, like, then no, it's not right for you. Like, why would you spend money if you don't feel like you need it, right? If you're doing good, great, good for you. But I guarantee that you don't know everything that you need to know. Like, that's just not true.
And so this isn't a course where you're going to sit back for an hour every week and hear Jeff Gargas pontificate.
No, my hope is, and this is probably hard to believe because anyone who's ever talked to me, but like, I don't want to talk that much. I don't want this to be me. I want to facilitate the conversation. If I can provide value, awesome. But like, I'm excited about the conversations, and it's been that when we've done these random meetups on like Clubhouse, and we do a Voxer group, do a group of us and stuff. Like, I love when, like, I don't even get, like, when someone asks me a question, I don't even get to it because 3 other people jump in. Like, that's one of my favorite things, because there's a lot of times where I'm like, oh yeah, I didn't even think of that. Like, that's a really good idea. Like, oh, that you said that in a much better way than I was about to spew. And so no, I don't. To me, this is not a. Now, I mean, does that mean that someone who is, if someone's out there thinking, oh, like, Jeff would be a really good person for me to learn with or learn from, then yeah, this is still a good fit for you, because I'm going to be there every week, right? But I think the power is in the group and the varying viewpoints and experiences of the group. And I'm just hoping to facilitate the right conversations and brainstorming and accountability. So,
well, I'm excited that it's taking shape, because I know there's a lot of people that have been asking questions about it. And I appreciate you helping me with the imposter syndrome question too. And I want to address Andrea real quick, who said that Megan always keeps her imposter syndrome in check.
They keep both of them.
Andrea, I got to tell you, when I get the chance to meet you, I'm going to be fanboying out. So just be ready. we start talking about imposter syndrome, you do not need to carry any of that because I am a huge Andrea fan, and I can't wait to be able to connect with you. So,
yeah, I think so. Megan and Andrea are great. A great duo because they both suffer from that. Neither one of them should, but they pick each other out of that, which I think is really good. So
that's awesome. And
hey, we were just talking about this guy. Look, it's the doppelganger. What's up, Mark?
Well, your doppelganger was farther up. That's a different Mark, but yes, Mark Heller and Mark Horner are both.
That's Heller. Oh, I clicked on everything. The comments I missed.
Mark Heller.
That's Horner.
There get to hang out with.
Yes, you get. Yeah, you get to hang out with Mark Heller soon too.
See,
yeah,
I win. So the next question I have for you, I know I don't want to go too deep because I'm looking at the clock here, but so we've got the 12-hour live coming up super soon. Do you have
July 14th?
Yeah. Do you have something that you're looking forward to? Like, what is the thing that out of all of it that you're like, I can't wait for that?
I'm super excited about. I can't remember when it is in the schedule. I should know when Katie and Ray are doing a session on like conferencing with students, and they've like the students are involved.
Kids, yeah,
we've got students involved, which is the first time we've done that. And I think can be really, really cool. So I'm excited about that. I think that's going to be. That's a fun one. Definitely excited about Lavana being there. Rick Wormley's going to be there. Like that's going to be a really cool conversation.
Rick Wormley and Chad Ostrowski are sharing the screen together. That's
listen. Epic. I'm waiting because I think possibly, I don't know yet, but I think possibly Rick might be one of, if not the only person. Like we might be able to get Chad the fanboy out. I don't know that for sure. He's definitely hiding it well so far, but it might be. It's hard for Chad. Just doesn't like that.
I would agree with that. Rick Wormley changed my life, and that's not hyperbole. Like changed my life, so I can imagine how Chad feels right now too. So
yeah, I'm very interested. I think that's a very interesting thing. I'm pumped. I get to do the second session like at 8:30 a.m. Eastern time. Is I get to hang out with Trey Gamage. Like I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty pumped about that. Like that's pretty cool. So if you don't know Trey, like we're gonna be talking about like morning routines and balancing your morning and stuff, which I think is gonna be really cool because I gotta assume Trey and I have very different morning routines. But he's just a good dude. I'm super excited to just kind of dive into his brain for a little bit. So
that's cool.
What about you? What's outside of Rick, and you already mentioned Lavana, are those the big ones?
I get to be
You're on a lot.
Yeah, I think
because you're moderating
4, maybe 5 that I'm moderating, and like those are all gonna be epic. And what's super cool about 2 of them that I'm moderating is I'm moderating with people that I have not really communicated, not talked to, other than through email preparing for this. So I'm super excited to be able to actually have some dialogue with some new people.
Your session with Alexis and Johnny are going to be cool because it's like connected, but at separate times and 2 different viewpoints. I think is going to be really neat. So
yeah, it's like the teacher and the admin type of thing. Like how do you have the difficult conversation? So that one will be fun.
That's going to be fun.
Yeah, and
that's going to be a really, I think I mean, I think throughout all of the day, but I think that one's going to be a really valuable, like insightful PD piece. I think.
I'm
all really of it is, but like something about that.
Yeah, and I'm going to be honest. I'm selfishly excited about that one because Caitlin and I are doing a webinar coming up here soon with this very similar theme, like how to have those difficult conversations, how to get people to weigh in.
Yep.
So being able to hear from a teacher perspective and an admin perspective during the 12-hour live, I'm going to be taking some feverish notes and trying to incorporate whatever we learn there into the webinar. So that'll be exciting. Yeah,
which speaking of the webinar, we still have a lot of webinars going on. So our first one is wrapping up here in a couple of weeks, but we've got other ones kicking off right away. So we currently have a grid method webinar going on. And then right after that, we have another one of those kicking off. So that's a 4-week, 8-session grid method workshop. And that's kicking off on July 12th with Chad. But also on that same week on that Thursday, Friday, Ray kicks off an intro grid, where you're going to talk about how do you build that intro grid to introduce it. And then she's doing another one of those in August.
Yeah.
You and Caitlin have the weigh in to get buy-in, which is starting on the 19th of July.
Yeah.
And then you've got a
standards-based grid in August.
And that's like a 4-hour boot camp, right? And we got 2 dates that's offered, which is super cool. So we've got a lot of stuff going on. So that's all over. If you go to the teachbetter.com/professional development, you can get all those. You can register all of them right now, so they're all available. So That's super cool. And with that, with the registration, we record all of these, they get saved, and then online course, you have access to that for forever. So, nice twist, nice segue, nice segue into that. So 12-hour live is Wednesday, July 14th. That's 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern time. Obviously on anything where you watch right now works just fine, but we'll be, here on Facebook.
You can watch it at the beach or on a road trip or anywhere.
Yes,
it travels.
And one of the cool things is we're adjusting some of the ways that we do giveaways, and we got some really great giveaways too. So like, there's some cool ways for you to be involved, even if you're not able to watch all the time and stuff like that. So like, and we got some awesome guests. We mentioned a few of them, so that's gonna be a lot of fun. So there may not be some big announcements. We like to do that on 12-hour live too. So that might happen. So 12-hour live stuff. Edupreneur is open up. That's, like I said, filling up. So if that has any interest from you, like, head over to teachbetter.com/edupreneur for that. And webinars. What else we got? Is that it? Are we good?
You're in Chicago next week.
Yeah.
I'm in Vegas next week. So
look
for us, find us, and say hi.
Which, by the way, like, I know Vegas, we have some teaching in Vegas, but if you're in the Chicago area, we got a lot of Illinois. If you're in the Chicago area, I'm coming in on, Chad and I are coming in on downtown Chicago on the 7th. We are there at the NAESP conference on Thursday, Friday. So if you're around on Thursday, the 8th, we're getting a crew together somewhere in Chicago. I'm working on that right now. So shoot me a DM or something. Let me know if you're interested in that, and we'll do that.
That's cool. I'm having lunch with a couple of mastermind friends next week in Vegas. So
are you really?
There, come hang out. Yeah.
Where are you at? I know we're past our hour. Where you're at Caesars?
Yeah. Good
buffet there.
There's good buffets everywhere.
I
will make sure I sample everything.
That's why that's a safe statement. And when you're in Vegas, I'm like, I don't know if I don't think I've ever done a buffet at Caesars, but I like Caesars. It's a cool. Are you staying at Caesars? Is that like where?
Yeah. Everything is right there, so it'd be pretty cool.
You've been to Vegas before, I assume.
I have, yeah.
I miss it. I don't know why I say that. I've been there a couple times, but like I don't know. Here's the good thing. I really like Vegas, but it's like not because of like the gambling. The thing that I love most about Vegas is that you can walk down the street at like 4 a.m. or 2 a.m. and it feels like it's daytime, and you can always find live music somewhere. Now I don't know what the pandemic has done to that, but like I love that, like, you could wake up in the middle of the night and be like, I'm gonna go like down to a bar and see some live music, and there's there's a jazz band. Oh, there's a so I don't know, something about that city. Whatever.
Story. Yeah.
Anyway, true story. Good stuff. Appreciate everyone who jumped in and hung out with us. Appreciate all the comments and the doppelganger when we went in that weird tunnel that Dave took us down. So appreciate you going there with us. If you need anything, please reach out. We'll be back next week, same time, same place. Dave, do you know who's doing the chat tomorrow night? Because I don't. Oh, I got the calendar up. I got it. I got you.
Man, you beat me to it. Okay.
So tomorrow night, Teach Better chat, 8 p.m. Eastern time. Why am I not bringing that up right? Wow, I am clicking the wrong ones. Who got? Oh, Aaron Healy. Oh, Aaron used to be Aaron Hall, now Aaron Healy because she got married this year. Aaron is awesome. I'm super excited for that one. And who's leading her in the chat tomorrow night with that is Olivia. That's right. So Olivia, first recap for her leading. And so that's going to be a good time.
We're going to flood her with support.
Yes. So tomorrow night, join us for the chat at 8 o'clock. Tomorrow, and remember, like, it's Teach Better. # Teach Better now for that chat tomorrow, 8 o'clock Eastern time. Goes for 30 minutes with 4 questions there. And then immediately at 8:30, we do the live recap. So that'll be with Liv and Aaron there. And Bree wants to know if what happens in Vegas comes to the brain break.
Depends on what happens in Vegas, I guess.
so next week's going to be interesting because you're in Vegas. I'll be in Chicago.
There may be a special guest coming to join the festivities.
Well, there's a good chance Chad's going to be with me too. So this might be like a fun multiple people on each screen.
Right here is saying hi too. So just saying.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Interesting. She's not in Vegas.
No, she won't. She won't be in Vegas, but she may be joining Brain Break.
She's got a hard time getting back in time for the conference if she's in Vegas. But anyway, all right, we're officially 4 minutes past the hour, or 5 minutes past the hour because we started late because that's how we roll here on Brain Break. I hope you all know how much we love you, and the fact that Dave and I get to do this as part of our quote-unquote job is pretty unbelievable. So appreciate you all. Have an amazing night. We will see you tomorrow night for the chat. We'll see you next week. See you, Dave. Appreciate you, brother.